Hello and welcome to the Car Care Nut Shop. Folks, we're going to do shop update because there's actually a lot going on in the background. Welcome to the new waiting room. We've been working on this for a while, although we're a little late to reveal it. Many of you who come to the shop have already seen it, but we've been working on this for a while because our team is growing and growing here. We don't have a lunchroom. That's problem number one. Problem number two, the waiting room is kind of in the middle of the shop, and sometimes you're trying to talk to a customer and all you hear is just the air hammer going on impacts and just pretty loud. Plus the guys feel like they can't drop anything without everybody in the waiting room hearing it. I mean, mechanics also need their space, and I understand that. So we opened this new waiting room. It is bigger, it is nicer, and it is better. Mrs. Car Care Nut was in charge of the design, and I'm really happy how this turned out. For me, I just stick to fixing cars. When it comes to designing and taste and color combination and whatnot, that's not my department. Let's just put it this way. So we put this toolbox. It's kind of like I think a Husky or US General or something. This is where like refreshments and whatnot is for customers who come in. We put a TV, we usually play our channel here. Same thing, we still have the same fridge that we started with, and the magnet wall is still right here. This is, if you ever come to visit our shop, please bring us a magnet from your state, because this is kind of a homage, and you get to leave a small part of memory in our shop. That's the reception. We also, we learn as we go. We put the glass because sometimes, of course, there's a lot of viewers that come here. Like there'll be 4 people here. They're talking about their cars and 4Runners and GXs and whatnot. And somebody calls, you can't even hear anything. So we put these glass just to put a little bit of a barrier so we can actually hear. And of course, the same grill. That's kind of the what we started with and where we're going. And now we have a 2-person kind of reception, not a 1-person. That was the intended design when we started this. However, the other thing is, in the past, when we inspect the car, we need to go over everything with the car. We're either doing it in front of everybody else or in the shop where it's super loud. So we decided to do something different. Welcome. Once I open the door. And another thing, if you visited our shop in the past, the bathroom was inside the shop. So every time we have to open the door and all that thing, and you're going through the middle of the shop to go to the restroom, we have a new restroom here, which is open. Kind of improving. This is kind of the let's have a talk area. So we solved the problem of not being able to talk either in private or in the middle of the shop. We can sit down here and go over everything with the inspection, kind of construct a plan, talk about whatnot. This is actually a Toyota Chaser that a viewer gifted me, and I left it here. I really like that one. This is very nice. I just keep it here for memory for that one viewer. This is probably the most important thing for me. I'm an immigrant to this country. I was not born or raised here, but I have huge appreciation for this country because first, it has given me an opportunity, and it's given us such a blessing. This is where we started our family. We worked very hard, and some folks like to say all kinds of things, but I really appreciate the opportunity that this country has given us. We are now citizens of this country, and we love it and cherish it and everything. So this is our small contribution and homage to this country, because this is very important. Having said that, over there is just a reception area. Let's go to the shop and check out what's going on, because we are very busy, which is really a good thing to have. We're really happy with that and appreciate it. Let's start in the shop. And heads up, things have been messy in the shop lately. Just gotta say, we've been so busy, we don't even have time to arrange stuff. We still clean the floors and everything, but this is midweek and it's a very busy week. We actually dedicated a day right before Christmas break to not have any cars in the shop, just clean up and tidy things up, because it's been busy. Let's put it this way. And the guys try their best, but it's tough. Let's start here, I suppose. This is a 2011 Camry. this is the engine out of that 2011 Camry. If you did not know, this is for a VVTi job and a front cover reseal. You actually cannot pull the front cover in the car because you need like an inch of clearance and the oil pump won't let you. We tried multiple ways. You can do this, do that. Pull the engine out. We've pulled so many engines. We do a lot of engines here. It's really not difficult to do this, and we feel like this is the best way to make sure we have a clean seal. So this engine is actually ready tomorrow. Put it back in the car. This car should be ready to go tomorrow. This is an Avalon, I believe 2013, or no, actually it's 2015. So this car is from Texas. We're in Illinois, Homer Glen. Customer shipped the car here because they've been getting multiple different opinions on things. One of them is the control arms need replacement. Well, they don't. Check engine light's been on. Well, we've been driving it. No check engine light. Somebody told them they need a hybrid battery. Hybrid battery is fine. So we're kind of what do we do here? We're really trying to drive it, see if any of the symptoms appear, but so far we have been unlucky. Hopefully we figure something out with this, because it definitely does not need control arms. This is a Tacoma that is actually needing an engine. This is where we talked about this, is I believe is a 17 Tacoma. This is actually next on the list. After, when we get to it, you'll see it. There's an engine that's wrapping up, and then this is next. This is an LS460. This, I believe, is a 2014. Some control arm work, some fluids and maintenance and whatnot. Everything is almost done. Tomorrow, we're going to put the control arms, I think do the brake fluid, because this requires a scan tool and whatnot. So, going to do that. It's pretty much ready to go. Everything else has been done. Transmission fluid, oil change, differential fluid. This is a rear-wheel drive. Moving from that to the most beautiful Avalon I've ever laid my eyes on. This one, 79,000 miles, beautiful car. It's from out of town, and all it's in here for is a timing belt, I think a power steering return line. This is one of those cars that came in for an inspection only, just scheduled for a waiting inspection, 1 hour, and then the owner decided, you know what, I have multiple cars, I would leave it with you, just whenever you get a chance, do the timing belt and I'll come and get it, because they came in. We actually own an LS400 as well, so once we're done with this one, they'll switch cars, leave the LS400 and take this one. Just if you have 2-3 cars in your arsenal, you can have the luxury of doing that. That's a nice thing. Right next to it, this Venza. This Venza is also from out of town. This is a 2GR full reseal, so rear main seal, head gasket, the whole 9 yard. We're going to go through this engine. The radiator unfortunately busted shortly before the appointment, so we spent some extra time looking into it just to make sure we don't have a blown head gasket, so we can anticipate what we're doing. But looks like everything's clear. This is actually after this Camry. This is getting started. Over there is I'm going to say it's a 16 or 17 Prius. This one, the owner of that car just bought it for a very good price, and it doesn't run. Reason to believe the engine might be gone, but we haven't fully dug into it. We're slowly trying to figure out before we talk to the owner what's going on with it, but that's potentially going to be here for a while until we figure out what's going on with it. Then we are having 80 series week. 80 series Land Cruiser. This is a major operation. Front knuckles, multiple oil leak repairs, multiple coolant leak repairs. I think a radiator is leaking. I think, yep, there's all kinds of stuff underneath. It's actively leaking pretty bad. Pesky hero hose. There's a lot of stuff on this car, odds and ends here and there. This RAV4 is actually almost done, except, yeah, that's as soon as we pull the radiator cap, it just does this. So we're pretty much done with this car. All we're gonna do tomorrow morning, this cap is gonna show up. This was a water pump, some fluids, nothing really major. Just put the cap, clean it up, and it's ready to go. This car is a beautiful Solara. This was here for a valley plate. Believe it or not, the MZ engines do have valley plates, and they love to leak. And while we were there, valve cover had a small leak. We took care of it. This car is actually completely done. They're picking it up tomorrow morning. Then we walk through here. This is Lexus ISF. You guys have actually seen this car on a video. It has been a very long time that this car has been here. It's been done. It's been a month. We're hoping they pick it up. I think they were traveling and they have something going on with the family, so we told them, tell them nothing more than look at this every morning. But this is pretty much done. This was a valley plate, valve covers, valve adjustments, inspection. We actually didn't need it. Then there is the beautiful Celica GTS. This is a very nice gentleman who, this was one of the first cars they bought new, and now later in life they want to fully restore it. They actually want to build the engine. We're still working back and forth. What's the plan? Because the block is discontinued, and we're finding the best solution and best plan so we can start executing. You may see this engine on video because this is such a special engine, the 2ZZ. This 4Runner right here is a interesting one. So we did rear axle seals on this car long time ago. Sometime in between, one of the wheel bearings went and the wheel bearings were replaced. Well, the wheel bearings were aftermarket and they were not installed correctly, and now it's leaking again, and the wheel bearings are loose. So fortunately they damaged the shaft, so we're gonna have to do wheel bearings and axles in the rear and the whole job again. We're trying to help them as much as possible with warranty or whatnot, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Don't let folks that don't know what they are doing work on your car, because that's what ends up happening. There's a lot of good mechanics out there, folks. You're just gonna find one and let them do the job. Aftermarket parts for these cars, bad idea, because this is what ends up happening. Over here, this Camry, this is a little bit of a sad case, honestly. So this has a really bad torque converter shutter, so bad that it actually almost wiped out the transmission. Barely shifts really badly. So this one, unfortunately, is going to need a transmission. We have the transmission. Again, this is a car. We have a specific date that needs to be completed by. So believe this one is going to go after the Venza. So just transmission. I think we're also doing struts and brakes and whatnot, stuff like that. Then told you, 80 series week. This is a beautiful 97 80 series with 84,000 miles, something like that. I'm going to give you a second to guess what is it in here for. Of course, front knuckle rebuilt. That's typical. Also, the seats don't work. Like, they don't move front and back. We may actually end up filming this. This is becoming a common problem, and the fix, not expensive, but something to consider. Looking over here, this Tundra was just dropped off today. This is, I think, brakes and fluids, nothing major operation. Same thing with the one underneath it. There's actually, both of these are appointments for tomorrow. This one is just transmission fluid, I believe. That Tundra has almost 300,000 miles. Unfortunately, the engine decided to drop a valve. So, broken valve spring, this is a common thing with the V8. Broken valve spring, valve falls, and destroys the whole engine. It runs, but one cylinder is completely dead. So we're replacing the engine on that. And then underneath that is another beautiful Camry. This is a 2001 Camry right here. This one, the window does not go up. So you notice we have a note on the window, don't bring it down, because it'll take you like 2 hours to bring it up, because it goes up half an inch at an increment at a time. And yeah, so that's all we're doing. I think it needs an air fuel ratio sensor, but parts. So gonna leave that for a while here until the parts show up, because he did not want to keep taking it. There's no window, whatnot. So, and I just realized something. The owner of the Avalon does not have an LS400. It's this Camry. See, it's you can tell it's been a long day. Then we're gonna kind of do a little maneuver here to get past the tire. This is an 80 series, and as I told you, it's 80 series week. This one is getting rear axle seals, rear brakes, front knuckle rebuilt, front axle seals and everything that it entails. Pretty much done with the rears. We actually did wheel cylinders as well, they were leaking. Done with one side, working on the other side tomorrow. This may be ready to go, although we are chasing a small problem with this where randomly it won't come out of park and the key won't come out of the ignition. So just waiting for this work to be done. I'll take it on my side and kind of try to figure out what's going on. Hopefully it misbehaves so we can figure out. Then somewhere right there, if you want to come around, we'll show you that. That is an LS430 engine. The LS430 is in the other storage unit. This one is getting a complete top to bottom resealed because, for lack of a better word, it was hemorrhaging oil everywhere. There's no, when we get to that stage, it's like, we're not going to keep plug this, plug that, just pull the engine out, tear it down, seal everything, we're done. We're doing new head gaskets. Actually, the cylinder heads needed a little bit of work. Some of the valves were not sealing, which is strange because the engine ran perfectly fine. And one thing I want to say before we go to my side, because we got a few more cars there, we've been on a toolbox hiatus a little bit. Not hiatus, but, you know, shopping spree, if you would. So I bought a new toolbox. You guys have already seen it. Caleb, one of our technicians, also got this beautiful green toolbox. It's really nice. And then we'll, let's make our way through here. Through the maze. Again, this is midweek. Things are kind of all over the place. We're trying to find time to arrange. We're coming up to that. But guys, here, because we are basically a family here, when it's the end of the day, we don't lock toolboxes. We're not worried about things getting stolen because we're all brothers here. We all get along. So you notice technicians stop exactly where they're at, go home, come back, pick up exactly where they were at, just after we pull all the herd out. Renee also is one of our, actually, engine builders and one of our top technicians here. Also got a new toolbox. I really like that color. You just needed the space. Beautiful color toolbox there. So now that we said that, let's make our trek to my side, which is also, before we do that, the lunchroom. I don't even know if it's arranged or not. Let's see. Yeah, it's presentable-ish. So this used to be the old waiting room. Now it is the lounge, if you would. This is where we celebrate momentous occasions in the shop, birthdays, kind of important milestones for us, and this is where we all hang out. So this was very important to me because I wanted everybody to have a place where they can sit down, take a breath, got a fridge fully stocked, everybody can make a sandwich, do something, eat their lunch, whatnot. So this used to be the old waiting room. It's parts department kind of took over the other office, but that's what we got. Let's go to my side. But before we do, we actually have a new technician. This is his toolbox. The new technician is John. We'd like to first welcome John to the team. And John is a very young gentleman who is a super hard worker. I mean, really impressed by the guy because he came from a Kia dealership. We're slowly training him, and I feel like he already took off within the first week. He's doing really well. We really like John. John is a newest member of the team, and we're really happy to have him on board. And I said that like 3 times, didn't I? Let's go over my side. Over here, we got my Tundra, which is it's got 8,000 miles. Can you believe that? I feel like I haven't driven this car in so long. I don't remember how it looks like. Let's be honest, because we use it a lot in the shop, and it usually lives here, not at my house. So yeah. Let's finish our tour. This is I'm gonna again, let's just show them the inside, and I'm gonna give you a second to guess what we are doing here. You've seen this video now a couple times. We've talked about this. This actuator right here is not doing anything anymore. This is becoming a very common problem. We see this all the time. So this dash is pretty much ready to go. We're gonna pull the bar maybe tomorrow, or we'll see when that happens, hopefully soon, because this car also is from out of town. We have a specific date that we have to deliver it. That date is like 10 days away, so we are good on time, but we're pretty much halfway. Just pull the HVAC box, set the actuator, put it all the way back, and we are good. Over here, let's talk about the I call it the corner. This is the most neglected car I've ever owned. You guys have seen this series, and no, we have not given up on this series. It just we've been so busy at the shop, and cars need to be done. This is my car. I have another car that I can drive, so sometimes have to take the back seat. FJ40. This is a beautiful 1982 FJ40 that does not want to leave. That's the saying we say in the shop when a car does not want to leave. So this was the head gasket. Got the head gasket done. Car runs beautifully. Everything is done. We just have to do front knuckles. They're also leaking and whatnot. I planned a day where, okay, we're gonna come in, do the front knuckle. Great. Took it for a test drive. There's a few odds and ends with the engine that we were wrapping up. Decided to start, literally just puked all his coolant out. Well, now what? Hoses. One hose popped. Okay, well, there goes another 2 weeks of waiting for hoses to arrive. So I don't like to go aftermarket, so we're ordered. Actually, they are all available. Original. It's pretty cool. So back on that's why we put it back in a safe spot. And once the parts arrived, we'll get on it. Basically, all of this needs is radiator hoses and heater hoses, and not heater hoses, like some bypass hoses, and the front knuckle, and then it's ready to go. Over here we have this Corolla, I believe it's a 2013. This is a good one for you. So I just replaced the engine mounts, and the engine mounts that I took out were brand new, aftermarket. The thing would shake the whole car. Folks, just never put aftermarket motor mounts on a car, on a Toyota, ever. You will regret it, because this customer is basically paying for the same job twice, because the previous shop told him, oh, we'll warranty them, but can you put originals? No, we can't. We'll put the same ones. So it's here. Original mounts are on. Runs like a new car. You don't even feel it. And it's nothing I did. It's just the mounts, because they did everything right. The mounts were in. Everything is good. It's just poor quality mounts. That's the problem. This is a LS460L. It's actually a really nice car, really nice interior color. This one is in for, again, let's see if you guys are paying attention. What do you think this is in for? Valley plate. Of course it is here for a valley plate. And I hope we have already talked to the owner of this car by the time this video comes out. So they dropped it off this morning, and at some point we started it and moved it. There is a very alarming sound of chain tensioner rattle. It's becoming very common with these as well. Same thing with all the V8s. But we're going to talk about that because it's pretty loud. I'm concerned about it, actually. Over there, and let's see if we can walk around. Just be careful with it. We can walk around, Jose. We still got some space. Maybe we should have went the other way. It was easier. They're already here. Here's the mounts for the Corolla that are literally brand new. This one is my favorite one. Brand new mount. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Let's just say that. So yeah. God bless the folks that made these mounts, but it's just not good. This is the most neglected LS430. Maybe at this point when this video releases, we've already finally finished this engine, which I feel like it took an eternity. We just gotta put the exhaust manifold to really film that, and that episode is done and you'll see it. But it's been a while. Let's put it this way. Last, but definitely not least, a Mark IV Supra. You guys have seen this one on the channel before. We've done, I think, timing belt. We've done valve cover gaskets on it and everything. It has about 69,000 miles. It is a turbo. I know it doesn't have the wing. This is a factory wingless car, turbo. Actually, that's a pretty rare combo. That's a special order. It is automatic. So this car definitely has a bad case of it likes it here. So check engine light. Comes on and off whenever it pleases. Sometimes it goes away and doesn't come back. So all of a sudden it just comes back. Usually when you accelerate, most of the time it comes on. We have the code it has is, I don't remember if it was 21 or something like that, but it's for an O2 sensor. Well, we tested the wiring, everything is good. Now I am leaning towards a computer that engine computer that has a problem with it. So we're in the process of, I think maybe sometime at the end of this week, I'm going to take it out, send it out to get repaired. I'm just waiting for the LS. See, this is how sometimes running a shop, you have like a snowball effect. Once you pull the ECU out of this car, it is no longer drivable, meaning I can't move it, meaning I need to put it in its place where it's safe and we don't have to move it. And in order to do that, we have actually another unit, which I didn't show you. It's kind of a mess. One day maybe we'll talk about it. That's basically our storage unit. Just cars that don't run go there. There's an LS430 engine that we looked at a little bit ago, which is almost done. Once that is done, we pull that car out to install the engine in it and get it done. Then this one will go there. I'll pull the ECU out of it. Can sit there safely until the ECU comes back. So that's sometimes you have to juggle that. So there are 8 more cars in that storage unit. Variety of things. One of them is a Land Cruiser that is, I think, from Ecuador. It's like a Troopy. I want to say it's a 70 series, 75. Mysterious electrical problems, and we're going in blind because we have no iron diagram, no idea what the history of this car is. We're just kind of opening Pandora's box, figuring it out as we go. That's been interesting. And then we have a 4Runner that blew an engine. I think it's a 3rd gen 4Runner. The owner really wants to keep it and wants a brand new engine, so we are in the process. Actually, that engine is here already. We have 3 Supras. We have all kinds of goodies. There's an LS400 there as well. That it's a project that we're about to start, actually. But it's been interesting, folks. I'm just gonna say it. You know, we had some changes here. Some folks have left. We have new employees here. It's been I don't want to say a challenge because I love every day of it, but changes. Let's put it this way. Most of them are good. Some of them not easy to go with when folks leave and things don't align and we have to take action and whatnot. But overall, it's a blessing. Every day that I walk into this store of this place and I just look around and remember what we started with, it's a blessing. And I'm daily reminded by that and thankful for it because, you know, we get so busy sometimes and we're tired and we're working non-stop all day long running. And at the end of the day, we're so tired. It's like, wow, we got through today. We did it. But we're always thankful because it could be a lot worse. We could have no work. This is where we feed our families. This is where we take pride in what we do. So no complaints. Yes, it's a full shop and we have to worry about how we're going to do all these cars in a timely fashion. But that's automotive repair, folks, because you can't anticipate 2 weeks from now, where are you going to be with a car? You're working on a car and everything's going smoothly, and also 2 bolts broke. Well, you're going to spend extra time to fix that. You can't just send the car like that or just put it to the side for that. And then that tends to snowball. So when we schedule an appointment, I don't know what the conditions we're going to be in at the shop. Are we going to have 4 of these cars that did that or none? So it's been interesting. That's all I'm going to say it in a good way. Usually when I say interesting, it's bad, but it's good. Folks, thank you so much for watching this video, for watching the channel, and for joining us in this adventure. It has been, every day is a new day, and we enjoy every moment of it. Let's put it this way. With its challenges, with the difficulties, with everything, but it's a blessing, and the blessing is just beyond words how thankful I am for it. And that's the God honest truth. Folks, I hope this video was helpful and informative. I hope you learned something new. If you like it, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some of my other videos. Until the next video, folks, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and you have yourself a wonderful day.